Hello, everyone. My name is Gregory Witten. I am a Senior Director with Huron Consulting Group. Today I want to talk to you about recruitment and retention of cybersecurity professionals in the defense space. Quick introduction of the team that we put together. The University of Arizona at the top, you'll see here, College of Applied Science and Technology has been working in this space for numerous of years, and you'll see later has a couple of designations that are the National Security Agency Center of Academic Excellence Cyber Operation and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence Community Center of Academic Excellence. They're the only university to hold both of those designations and are currently working with the FBI and NSA in regards to what you'll see later, our cybersecurity highway. Like I said, I am from the Huron Consulting Group. We're a publicly traded consulting group with over 20 years of experience in change management, cultural transformation, and other areas. And that's really going to bring around the cybersecurity highway that I'm going to talk about in a little bit as well. And then the third piece is Oracle. While we are technology agnostic, we have been working with Oracle around their HCM platform. We really feel it is unique in regards to the ability, what you'll see later in our pilot, of how you can track the progress and kind of looking forward to that. So I think we all know about the current problems in recruiting and retaining for Army Cyber Command and cyber professionals. But to be honest with you, it's across the board. And as you know, the current RAND study that's being done right now as an investment from the Army. But if you think about it, it's a war on talent in general. Everywhere is struggling to get the right talent, and especially in cyber and the IT world. We see it in the private sector. This is not just something that is unique to the government and public sector. But when you think about some of the highlights that I want to highlight in our solution, some of the things that we are trying to do in working with the University of Arizona is identifying earlier on those recruits. We have to broaden the net if you think about it. Right now, up there it says 70% of you do not qualify for military service. That is an issue, right? Especially when it comes to a unique talent set that you're looking for in the cyber workspace. And so we have to rethink, what does that recruit actually look like? And you'll see later, we're trying to identify earlier on who those people are and broadening that net. The other thing is flexibility. So the next generation is not looking to be in a career for 20 years in the same job. They're looking for the ability to be able to go into the private sector, get more experience, broaden their horizons in regards to what they want to do, and they want to be able to do that and have that flexibility. And that's another thing that is a key component to what we're trying to do. Also, just talking about in general, what does the future look like in regards to what the cyber battlefield looks like? The adversaries that we are working against in Cyber Command and the Department of Defense are not traditional actors. You think about the Colonial Pipeline hack, or you think about what's going on with the Kremlin being hacked on behalf of Ukraine. These actors are not having to go through the traditional rigor of trying to get a security clearance or things like this. But at the end of the day, I think through what we would want to do through cultural transformation and other areas, you can identify those certain individuals and be able to bring them in and embrace them and kind of allow them to thrive in every single area. So the focus of the backbone of our solution is called the cybersecurity highway. So I want you to think about this as a highway. You get on, you get off. So anybody from an early recruit all the way through to a general, if that's the case, it can get on, can get off, can get experience in different areas. There's 4 main focus areas here if you count graduate school. So if you think about it, the University of Arizona has gotten a $6 million grant from the NSA to be able to start this program. At the K through 12 level, currently right now, there are 150 students at Basha High School in Chandler, Arizona, who are currently getting a certificate in cybersecurity. They will graduate, and they could be enlisted at this point. But also, they can graduate and start a job right out of high school for about $80,000, giving them that opportunity. So if you think about that, early on, identifying, getting in alignment with what the future kind of looks like and what Cyber Command is thinking about in regards to doing that. The next level is the 2-year degree. So currently right now, the University of Arizona is working with the Community College of the Air Force to do this and has just been hired to do a 2-year program for the Navy as well. And then they also are working at the Chandler Community College in regards to this. So students can get off, maybe go get a few years of experience, come back on, and be able to start expanding their horizons. And then the last piece is the actual college graduate, bachelor degree, and graduate degree program. So there's 2 different programs that are currently being operated at this point. The Cyber Operation Program, which has roughly around 1,000 students right now at the undergraduate level, and then the Intelligence and Information one as well, which has about around 300 to 400. So thinking about this, you can have anywhere from enlisted all the way to officers if you're thinking about training. But it also allows the ability to be able to go into the private sector and maybe gain experience and tools and then come back in if they really feel like they identify with the alignment and the culture of what Cyber Command is thinking about. So around this, if you're thinking about this, it's not just about this program, but it's also about how does the future look like in regards to culture within actual cyberspace within the Department of Defense. So the cyber mission is very unique, and I think that that's one thing that is very different than the rest of the Army. And I think from that perspective, what you really have to think about is how do you align your mission and your values to find those next recruits. And part of that is thinking about the organization on a more flat level, almost a lot like medical command in a lot of ways, since really and honestly, you have to work together while still preserving the Army's rank and structure, but at the same point being able to work together from enlisted to officers to different levels, new recruit all the way up, because everybody has a specific talent and ideas that they bring to that. And then from there, aligning that to how you want to functionally operate and do those sort of things around that. And so when you think about this in general, something that we have really worked on and work a lot in the private sector is around leadership alignment and leadership rounding, something that we do, which is in regards to leadership being able to touch employees and understanding what they want the organization to look like. This is extremely important in regards to how the mission has to function and how, when you're thinking about cyber and how unique it is as an environment, you really have to do. So through our rounding, we've actually seen some statistics that are pretty interesting. So in regards to if leadership never actually touch base with employees, never works with that, only about 50% of employees actually recommend someone coming and working for their organization. If you bump that up to twice a year, which is not that much, about 55%. But on a quarterly basis, and I'm not talking about just giving speeches and talking about these things, at every level of leadership, engaging employees, listening to what the pain points are, and then evolving the mission and the ideas of how you want to operate, that bumps up to almost 80%, and if you do it on a monthly basis, 90%. This can be done in various different ways, but the idea is really listening to employees and listening to those people to make them want to work for the organization and feel like they're a part of that. We do this, we have many different tools that track this. One of them is the Leadership Development Accelerator tool. Basically, we'll be able to track how the progress is, how the employees are engaged, and if they are happy in their work environment, and then align whatever those core mission functions are and those pain points are, and move from there to be able to keep the mission moving along. And also, through this, if you think back to the other slide, how you can eventually keep and recruit and retain younger people to be able to want to work for the organization. So that is what I have to present today. I'm open to questions or continuing the conversation in the future. All right.